Hey everyone, welcome to The Rundown. This is where I rank some of the most polarizing political topics of the previous week. Think of this like the Billboard Hot 100 for politics, what actually held the airwaves, and what quietly slid off the charts while nobody was looking. Now that we have that out the way, let's begin. Coming in at number 5, the Warner Brothers buy. So I'm not sure if y'all are fully up to speed, but this buyout is a big deal. And if you're not tracking the nuance, you're missing the part that actually matters: consolidation. And this is the part you need to know. When one major media company gets folded into another, the question that always comes up is the same. How close are we getting to a landscape where a handful of players control almost everything? And the reason it's such a fragile subject for us Americans is because the media is directly tied to our First Amendment. And the Ellison angle is what makes this one different. Anytime a high-profile owner steps into a major media space, it raises real questions about the influence, direction, and how much independence the downstream brands will actually have. Moves like this don't just shift ownership, they shift leverage. And for networks like CNN, it forces a recalibration. Who controls what, who sets the tone, and how much room smaller outlets have to operate in a market that keeps tightening. That's why this story made the chart. Not because of the headline, but because of what it signals for the entire media ecosystem. Now on to number 4, the Clintons. So the House Oversight Committee decided they needed to hear from the Clintons about their dealings with Jeffrey Epstein. And the rundown of this thing is that disposing these two was a power move for House Republicans, although Democrats also wanted to speak with them. So these were closed-door sessions. That means aside from periodic spin narratives from both sides, we don't know how they went. So Democrats' narrative is that the Republicans have set precedents now, and this move should mean that they can dispose Donald Trump at some point, because he too is mentioned in the Epstein files. And as for Republicans, they believe they were well within their right to push for this disposition, citing that unlike Donald Trump, the Clintons have never been questioned about their names appearing in the files, and that this is not about party lines, as they have pulled in people from the right to account in front of the committee also. And then there are the Clintons. Let's start with Hillary because her disposition was first. Hillary Clinton is stating that she had no dealings with Jeffrey Epstein. She neither flew on his plane nor visited his island. And when asked about Jeffrey's number 1, Ghislaine Maxwell, appearing in a photo as she was in attendance at Chelsea Clinton's wedding, it was said that she stated that she was there as a +1 of someone else that was invited. And the last thing on Hillary is this. It was said that she deferred to her husband as the person that needed to answer certain questions, as she didn't have anything to do with it. So on to former President Bill Clinton. He opened his statement scolding the committee for dragging Hillary into this whole thing. He also states that as it goes for any wrongdoing, he didn't see anything and that he did nothing wrong. It seems that he was also questioned about the mere existence of photos in the Epstein files showing him with Epstein. Ultimately, the visibility of these hearings is why this lands in the top 5. Coming in at number 3 this week and taking the bronze medal, the Texas Senate primaries. After leading the conversation last week, they slide into 3rd as the media spotlight shifted. Okay, while I know this is a state race, the outcome of this election drops into the bigger Senate bucket. And in Texas, they have had movement on both sides of this thing. On the Republican side, President Donald Trump did not endorse any candidate, instead saying he likes all 3. He went on to say that all 3 men have supported him in the past, so I would say for this one, the no endorsement is his way of staying out the way. And then there are the Democrats that are bringing their own interesting shakeup to this whole thing, which I feel they relay through the media as to who holds the spotlight from week to week. And this week, that spotlight went to Jasmine Crockett. She dominated mostly on social media, but her pop-outs were very noticeable, drawing the most attention after the former vice president and Democratic nominee released a voice note endorsing her.
Hi, this is Kamala Harris, and I'm calling to encourage you to please go vote for my friend Jasmine Crockett in the Democratic primary today, Friday, February 27th, or on Election Day, Tuesday, March 3rd.
Now, time will tell if this endorsement will work, but I think Kamala still holds some level of political power amongst the Democrat base, so we will see. Ultimately, the talks surrounding the Texas Senate race have more bite than originally anticipated, which is why it takes the bronze this time. Now, as we move up the board to number 2, taking the silver this week is none other than Gavin Newsom. And before I run this down, I have a shameless plug. There are a couple of videos on the channel going in depth about Newsom's moves lately. With that out the way, let's talk about this placement. All right, so Gavin Newsom held one of the biggest media footprints this week because of what I'm calling his soft launch book tour, a rollout that looked less like a traditional author circuit and more like a national visibility push. And several moments from that tour went viral on their own. Like one clip of him talking about his SAT scores circulated widely, sparking commentary across platforms. Another moment, a TikTok featuring Usher, picked up traction and kept his name in rotation outside of political spaces. Then he closed the week with a sit-down interview on MSNBC, positioned right before the State of the Union coverage, which extended the conversation even further. And listen, these placements don't signal agreement, they simply reflect who or what dominated the media cycle. And this week, the volume and spread of Newsom's appearances kept him near the top of the chart, which is why he gets the silver this time. Now, as we come to the end of the rundown, sitting at the top of the board and taking the gold this week is President Trump. I mean, he has been dominating since he delivered the State of the Union. Nearly 2 hours of uninterrupted national airtime, and several of the most replayed clips referenced him directly. Like that "stand if you agree" moment, framed around putting the country first, circulated immediately, especially as many Democrats remained seated. References to recent Supreme Court rulings and the resurfacing of the SAVE Act tied immigration and election security back into the broader conversation, again placing him at the center. And just as the news cycle was sunsetting for the week, the world was alerted to a joint military effort that ended with Iran's supreme leader being killed, spearheaded by Trump. Across the full week, he remained the most consistently referenced figure. That's why he takes the top spot in this week's rundown. If you made it all the way through, I appreciate you. Go ahead and hit the like button and meet me in the comments. I will see you next week for the next rundown.